What's going on, everyone? Mike Kadlick, Tayler Kyles here for CLNS Media. Outside of Gillette Stadium as the Patriots just signed wide receiver Stefon Diggs to a 3-year contract. But with the Diggs deal also comes the release of a longtime Patriot. According to Mike Reese, the team plans on releasing linebacker Ja'Whaun Bentley. Bentley tweeting out this morning, New England, thank you for everything. It's been a blessing. Patriots have also signed a bevy of linebackers this offseason. Robert Spillane, Christian Ellis, Harold Landry on the edge among them. So a lot of shifting parts on this defense, but a longtime Patriots captain, along with Dietrich Wise, along with Jacoby Brissett, and along with David Andrews now out the door. Patriots really switching things up from a leadership perspective. So Taylor, your thoughts on the linebacker room now as a whole without Bentley, and also the Patriots moving on from Bentley in general?
Yeah, I didn't think this was very surprising news because as soon as Robert Spillane was signed, the writing felt like it was on the wall. They both play that middle linebacker position. They both have similar weaknesses and similar strengths, but Spillane, as we know, fits that Vrabel mold where we know they want to be more aggressive and not be as much of the thumping kind of gap control defense they've been in years past. Now, our colleague Mike Giardi did mention that Ja'Whaun Bentley was making an attempt to slow down, try to get into the 230s to better fit that system, but then the Patriots also brought back Christian Ellis, a guy who they thought maybe, or at least on the outside, we thought might have signed with the Raiders who match an offer sheet, but the Patriots said, nope, we're bringing you back on a 2-year deal that had very similar, if not identical money to Ja'Whaun Bentley's contract. So at that point, it started to feel like, I don't know how long Ja'Whaun Bentley's going to be here. Add on the signing of Jack Gibbens, who had spent his entire career in Tennessee before signing with the Patriots, and this was a move that you had to expect. Now, while the leadership part is significant, right? This is another guy who won Super Bowls with this team, who was a longtime captain that is no longer on the roster, but this is Mike Vrabel's team, and he very clearly has made an effort to bring in veterans who he knows and is familiar with and who are going to be able to make impacts in these position rooms that did lack leadership. Obviously, last year, Bentley's injury is the reason that the linebackers were kind of a group where the bottom fell out a little bit, but now you do have Christian Ellis, who needs to grow but does fit this system better and showed some flashes last year. Robert Spillane is a playmaker against the pass and against the run, and Jack Gibbens gives you pretty solid depth there. Also Monty Rice, a guy who might not make the roster but maybe could sneak on as a special teamer and depth piece, a guy who spent time in Tennessee as well. So I still think the Patriots linebacker spot has some pretty good depth. I don't think they really addressed the position before the mid to late rounds because, again, you have Ellis and Spillane signed for a couple years. You also have guys behind them, at least for this season. So I think they're in solid shape, but could also use some more depth, especially if you're looking into the future of this position, maybe want to develop somebody behind the scenes.
Times are changing here in Foxborough. Another veteran out the door as New England officially set to release linebacker Ja'Whaun Bentley here on Friday. Also, on top of the signing of wide receiver Stefon Diggs. We will be back here on Patriots Press Pass for all of your Patriots news, so make sure you rate, review, and subscribe to the channel.
After losing out on Chris Godwin and bowing out of the sweepstakes for both DK Metcalf and Cooper Kupp, the Patriots have finally landed their proven veteran wide receiver, signing former division rival Stefon Diggs to a 3-year, $69 million deal with $26 million guaranteed. On passes of at least 10 air yards or downfield targets, Diggs still excels at making defenders uncomfortable against off-man coverage and exploiting weak spots against zone coverage. Most of his success came on deep curls between the hashes and in-breakers behind the second level, which was on full display during his 6-catch, 82-yard road game up in New England. Here, Houston comes out in a 2-back pistol look with Diggs and Tank Dell in reduced splits to either side of the formation. Christian Gonzalez starts out in press, but bails before pointing his hips to the sidelines. Despite being at a leverage disadvantage for his in-breaking route, Diggs makes space by firing off the ball to create a sense of urgency, then faking outside once he's on the corner's toes. Then, when Gonzalez bites and tries grabbing to recover, Diggs swipes the arm away and breaks inside before catching a heater for 6 points. Diggs doesn't get the same consistent separation against press man, but his strong hands and concentration allow him to make difficult grabs despite being completely blanketed in coverage. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to become members of Patriots Press Pass here on YouTube for more breakdowns just like this, as well as a ton of other great bonus content.